I am heating up some water to make some more coffee. But we're gonna get started with doing the guest bedroom again. And the first thing that I'm gonna do is actually take the clothing rod out and strip it of the paint and everything. So get that started. And then we're gonna start working on the ceiling in there and then do some things. So I did go to Home Depot this morning and picked up some like stain, paint stripper, that type of stuff, but I also picked up one of these which goes on the can to help you pour the paint out of metal cans. I picked up more paint brushes because you never can have enough. And then I decided I was going to go ahead and get some liners, so I got a total of 2 packs, and there are 3 liners in each pack. So, because I'm tired of cleaning, so I can just basically dump everything out of this, and it does fit into my paint roller thing. So I'm tired of cleaning, wasting all that water on cleaning this stuff. So I'm taking the easy and non-eco-friendly way out. But one of the things that I've done in the past has been try to start painting with a kitchen being a mess, and that includes the sink. So I'm going to take a moment while that is, I need to stop it, but the water, that is, the boiling. But I'm going to try to tidy up the kitchen a little bit and get prepared so that way I can just, streamline this whole process very quickly. When we go into the guest bedroom, I have already ripped out the carpet, and I've used a concrete caulking or sealant or something like that, and it's the thing that I just kind of packed up and took out. And that was because I had a bunch of cracks in the floor, and I somehow have lost the footage of me doing all of that, but I did seal up the cracks because some of them were quite large and had a lot of space between the cracks, especially in the closet. So I did find, it's by DAP, I think, and it's just a concrete. It's over in the sealant and caulking section, but it was for concrete, and it was paintable. And so knowing that I was going to stain and do all of that, I went ahead and bought that and did that. But now we are out going to put paint stripper on the clothing rods for the closet, and this actually works surprisingly well, but I do think I had to do like 3 coats of the stripper to finally get everything done. And now I know how to get all of this paint, that the original paint for the house that is like a powder coated paint that just will not come off, and it's so glossy and it pokes through. So I'm like, well, if we're gonna have to do something along this line, at least I know what type of paint stripper to use, because it did work fairly well, along with using steel wool and also a steel bristled brush as well, and you'll see that here a little bit later. And to do the clothing rod, I used my 5-in-1 tool that is like a scraper paint roller, and I used the curved end to scrape around the curvature of the clothing rods here. But a little bit later, I'll come up here and say I should have worn a mask. That was with the steel wool, because the steel bits and pieces of the steel wool were going airborne, and I did breathe them in, and that was not a good plan. So in the future, I will be wearing a mask when I am doing that, but just to protect that I'm not inhaling the steel wool. But since I was out in the open here, I wasn't wearing a mask with doing the paint stripper, but it is a toxic chemical, and you should obey all of the rules on the back of the stuff. So just a warning on all of that. But I decided I've tried the more eco-friendly, like the citrus strip and stuff like that on that first coat of paint, and nothing works. So I had to go for like the full-on toxic chemical things. So, and here I am with the steel wool, and like I said, should have been wearing a mask. But that's for another day. Lesson learned. But we will be moving on into the guest bedroom here. This video is all about painting and getting the room ready. I will have a part 2 where it is getting things ready and doing the final stuff. I still have yet to hang the pictures and stuff like that in there, but right now I've had people over since I finally finished all the painting and getting the furniture in. So hopefully this week, once I no longer have guests, that I can get in there and hang up some pictures and stuff like that and do the final walkthrough of everything. The first coat of ceiling paint that I am using is the Behr Marquee, and it's actually a really thick paint. It needed to be watered down, and we did not do that. And once I got done with the entire room, I ran out of paint because I was using the end of the bucket, and I was like, why is Mom having such difficulty with the ceiling paint? And once I finally used it, I was like, oh, no wonder. It's very thick. It doesn't go on very well. It's very streaky, splotchy type stuff. So once I put the first coat up there, the next day I went to Sherwin-Williams and got a can of their flat white super paint. I think the super paint has a formula that is for ceilings. I didn't go for that. I just went for a can of their super paint flat white and used that to paint the rest of the ceilings throughout the room. And I didn't have any of the streakiness or the splotchiness or any of that. Inside the closet, I am using Sherwin-Williams Shell White, and I get the Emerald paint can because it has stuff in there to do anti-mold, mildew, and I live in Houston where it is very, very humid. About 70% of the year, or 70 to 80, 90% of the year is very humid here. The only time it's not very humid is when it is winter, and when I say not very humid, we're usually in the 40% humidity during that time, which is still very humid for some people. So the houses down here are built to breathe, so when we're in that in-between stage right now where the temperature, you don't know if you need to use your AC or your heater at that time. And so it's kind of like the AC isn't running all the time because the house isn't getting warm enough inside, and the heaters are not kicking on because it's not cold enough inside the house. So there's not really any airflow going on. And so the air can get very stagnant without the AC going. And it can get pretty humid as well because the air is not moving. So I try to get stuff that is, when I saw that they had that option of the non-mold mildew type stuff, I was like, okay, yes please, because it happens quite often here. And one of the things that, as I was removing things in this house or in this room to do this stuff, the air register, when I remove that, that's where the air blows into the room. The register boot, which is that little box inside of the hole of the ceiling, has insulation on the inside of the boot and not on the outside of the boot. Don't ask me why. It's been like that since the house was built. And my mom mentioned that she was always afraid because she'd open them up, she'd see mold and mildew up there, she'd clean it off and all of that. But really and truly, one of the things that's going to be on my list is to call back the HVAC people and see about having new boots put in and having it changed around and probably redoing the duct work. But I need to save up money to be able to do that. But just trying to get my air system as clean as possible because I am tired of this and everything. So I tried everything. I tried like 30% vinegar, which is like a that one tells you to wear gloves and everything when you're using it. I sprayed that into the thing first to try to kill the bacteria, the mold, and then I went to Home Depot, and it was on the bottom shelf, actually it was the floor somewhere in the paint section, and it was like mold remover type stuff, and I sprayed it on the insulation and was trying just to kill the bacteria that is on that stuff. And I looked at maybe I can remove the insulation that's up there and replace it and do stuff, but truly I'd rather save the money up and the time and all of that to just have professionals redo that and make it right type stuff. So we'll be doing that in the future, but until then I will just be buying these cans of spray to spray up there and just especially during the hopefully I can get it done before the summer, but if not, it is what it is. That way I can just spray it up there and try to stop some of the growth and just do like monthly maintenance. Okay, the walls are painted, the ceiling is painted. I still need to work on the doors, the trim, the baseboards, and the floor, and that includes also going into the closet. But at least the half of the painting is done. I am gonna come back tomorrow, and I'm really not trying to push myself too much to where I'm just completely exhausted, because I'm already falling asleep in the middle of the day after lunchtime. So it's kind of like, I'm not gonna push myself because it is vacation time, and I need to spend some time on me, which means not doing much. But I did come around a few minutes ago and went around. I painted an extra coat of paint in the closet on the back wall because there was one dark spot that kept showing, and that I hopefully have covered up now. We'll test it out later when it's drying, because I've already started washing the roller and the brush and everything, so hopefully it's done. And then I also came in this room because I got a little crazy in some areas on the wall paint up on the ceiling. So I came through and I put a coat of ceiling paint back up around the edges, and so far it's looking okay. There may be some, I have yet to clean the brushes for the wall paint, but I might get like an artist brush and come back, because that would at least let me get a finer line than the big old paintbrush. So I'm gonna, like I said, I have to wait for the ceiling paint to dry, so maybe I'll come in later today, because I kind of want to be done with the walls and the ceiling today is basically what I'm trying to say, so that way I can focus on everything else. And I'm like so focused on that we're going to be done with the walls and everything that I have gone ahead and brought in all of the covers for this type of stuff, and I'm going to show you. I know I mentioned it at some point. I'm going to turn the light on. I know I mentioned it at one point where I bought, instead of redoing the electrical plugs and all of that type of stuff, some people will do that to change out the almond colors to white colored ones, but I'm not doing that. I found replacements that can go over the actual outlet itself, and everything still functions perfectly fine. So I'm going to show you what I have here and go from there. So starting off the line, we have the toggle switch for here, and I'm going to go ahead and undo this and put it on and show you how easy it is. It also, my battery light is flashing, but it comes with the screws as well. So basically all it is, it has this, and this basically kind of slips on that. Piece of cat hair on it. So it slips right on, and then these should line up with the other screw holes, and that is all you have to do for this.
I am alright. There's something about the way you make me feel inside. I'm counting down the days till we fly away, heading to the sun, only you and me. Don't wanna waste another day being stuck here in this place. No, wanna hold your hand in mine, watch the sunset in your eyes. Baby, I want us to act like we are 22 go, lose control. Play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical. Whoa, whoa. This could be magical. To escape, and here we are, driving narrow streets in a rusty car, leading to the sea. Think we're getting close. We should take a pic, baby, strike a pose. I remember every day that I spent right here with you. Yeah, you are the one who makes me feel as good as I do. Baby, I wanna still act like we are 22 right now. Just let go, lose control. Play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical. Whoa, whoa. This could be magical.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.
So I've already done, I think, 2 coats of trim paint along all of the baseboards and the doors and all of that. And then I am caulking up the seal between the floor and the baseboards. And then, actually, I haven't done the doors yet. Now I'm going to do the doors now. But around the trim and everything, I ended up putting 3 coats of trim paint. And the 3rd coat went on after I did all the caulking and everything. And then I think I did 2 to 3 coats on the doors as well. And you can tell the difference between the previous paint and the current paint, that much brighter white, which makes me happy because it just, I like the white against the blue-green, whatever you want to call it. It's just, to me, it's so pretty just seeing that difference and everything. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Just
Well, that is it for this video. I will be back to move some furniture in and start doing decorating and all of that in the next video, and hopefully we can get to the final look and everything of the room in the next video. And pretty soon here, when I open up the door, you will see the kittens. They are thriving and surviving and being cute little pains in the butts, but they are still around, and everybody is getting along so far. But that is it for this video. I will be back next time. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful week.